When you separate, where do you start? Most couples, when they separate, want a clear starting point, a map, some directions to get divorced and sort out a financial agreement and parenting plan that works for everybody. Most couples also want the whole process to be as painless and cost-effective as possible, although not, of course, at the expense of a fair outcome. And why should they? Hello, I'm John Hind, mediator, coach, trainer, and former solicitor. So how can all this be achieved? Is it possible? And what's a good starting point when you separate? I'm making this video on behalf of the Family Mediation Association for Family Mediation Week from the 21st to the 26th of January 2019. I'm using it to introduce the Compass Options Model or map, giving you a broad view of your options when you separate, some clear directions and a clear recommendation about where to start your journey. I intend to show you that although one size does not fit all, the process map you use to get divorce, sort out your finances and agree a parenting plan need not be complicated or indeed cost you a small fortune. But if you wish to maintain a measure of control over your divorce journey and want a clear framework and process that is as painless and cost effective as possible, for the vast majority of divorces there is only one rational starting point, as you'll see. So let me show you around the Compass Options model and explain what you're looking at. The model is divided into 4 boxes, each representing a different process option. Number 1, the mediated solutions. Here, one person, the mediator, who may also be a solicitor, helps you both to reach your own agreements. Number 2, the lawyer-led solutions. Here, you each have your own solicitor to represent you, if you choose to have one, of course, to lead that process and negotiate on your behalf. Number 3, the judge-made solutions. Here, a court-appointed judge decides everything for you both. And 4th, the do-it-yourself option here. Here you maintain complete control over the process and make your own decisions, although without any professional support. No doubt you've spotted that obvious red line running through the centre of the grids. I'll come back to that red stress line in a moment. Now, assuming you want to keep that stress to a minimum, you want to keep your costs to a minimum, you don't want that whole process to take many months, you want to avoid court and be able to make your own decisions, but need enough professional support to ensure that you reach a fair outcome, where do you start? So let me introduce the decision card in my hand. This decision card can shift around the centre of the Compass model or grid, overlapping various process options as you consider whether and to what extent each process may need to play a part in your separation and divorce journey, and why, of course. So, where do you start your decision-making process? Where do you go to get some initial direction? Now, the answer in my view is that you start with a meeting with a mediator. So let's put the card there. Your mediator is someone who does not take sides and whose interest is in helping you both to reach a fair outcome, fair to you both in the most cost-effective way. Your mediator is trained to recognise if and when either of you, or both of you, need additional professional support and to help you work with these professionals in the most focused, cost-effective way, being careful not to polarise the process. It might be, for example, that one or both of you need to feel that security of being able to consult with your own solicitor along the way, to give you that confidence to make the right decision in mediation for yourselves when the time comes to make those decisions. So, that decision card may well overlap a little with the solicitor grid to represent that solicitor support you receive in mediation. So let's shift it up to here a little bit. It might also be, of course, that you both want to do as much of that kind of donkey work yourselves to save costs, such as collecting financial information and documentation. So that decision card may well overlap a little with the DIY grid. So let's move it across over here. Now, if this combination of working together with a mediator, with a bit of solicitor advice and support along the way, and a bit of do-it-yourself, between mediation sessions, you're able to reach a fair financial outcome, you may well want it to be made legally binding. And this is where the judge grid comes into it. because you'll need that judge to turn your agreement into a binding court order. There should be no reason to go to court in person for this. And this is where we can move it over to the judge section. So, there you have it. First, start by seeing a mediator who will work with you both and help you work together to reach decisions that are fair to you both. If you need additional professional support along the way, whether it's a solicitor, of course, an accountant, a child expert, for example, the mediator will help you manage this in the most efficient and cost-effective way, leading to a binding order made by a judge where appropriate. Now, I very much hope that all this is clear, but if you have any questions, please speak to an accredited family mediator. Thanks for watching and good luck with making the right decisions.